Hi, Sagittarius. It is me, Alex, and I'm here to bring you your weekly tarot. I hope you guys are doing nice. I hope you're having a good time. Emotional fulfillment, pain and hurt, the Emperor, power and control, Six of Pentacles, balance, reciprocity, charity, breadcrumbing, and the Six of Cups. The Fool. Oh, this is interesting. Sag, you've been going through some spiritual stuff lately, so trying to control the pain and regain your happiness. I feel like you realize that either you have been or somebody else has been selling you short, especially in matters of the heart or emotionally, right? Six of Pentacles represents like charity, right? You know, it's like, oh, I have a little extra here. You can have, the little extra crumbs I have, right? And Six of Cups is that inner child. So some of you guys could have deep-rooted childhood wounds related to feeling shortchanged, right? The Fool card is being brand spanking new, right? That new car smell, right? I feel like, a lot of you guys are trying to heal from this, take control back over your heart, your emotions, and, kind of give yourself a fighting chance when it comes to expressing your heart and giving yourself a fighting chance in matters of the heart, right? Nine of Cups is emotional fulfillment. I feel like that is a goal and a strong objective of yours, especially with the Emperor here. Right? The Emperor exudes power and control. The Emperor also stands for ego and being rigid and being kind of quote unquote cold-hearted, right? The Emperor is not the most warm and fuzzy person in the tarot, by the way. And I feel like for a lot of you guys, to an extent, maybe your ego, maybe your rigidity, maybe your controlling nature, kind of feels like has been governing your heart for the longest time. So this Three of Swords to me kind of feels like me, myself, and I versus traditional tarot and tarot readers saying third party, right? In other words, a third party in your situation could be you, your person, and your ego, right? Your ego kind of standing in the middle. But angels are saying because of this hurt and pain, it's almost like Sagittarius had to go in and compensate for the love lost, right? So it's almost like if your cup was empty, right? You didn't have love in your cup, then what you filled in your cup was ego. That's the message I'm getting. Angels are saying, obviously, yes, if this is not you, this could be someone you are dealing with. And here with the Fool in the outcome position, kind of feels like you need to start over. You really need to start over. You need to wipe the slate clean, especially when it comes to matters of the heart specifically. Six of Cups for me is usually my inner child, right? That emotional body, emotional self, heart chakra. The Nine of Cups is emotional fulfillment, like you're fat and happy, so to speak, okay? And I'm not using that word fat in a derogatory sense. I'm just using it to represent quantity or ration, right? So I feel like for a lot of you guys, I feel like, you're interested in experiencing this right now. But I feel like more than anything, that Emperor sitting smack dab in the middle of your reading, Sagittarius, you are first gonna have to wrangle your ego to give your heart a fighting chance. Yeah, I haven't even put the second row out because if the message is sitting there in the first row, then I'm going for it. I love it. I love it. I love it. Angels just said to me, a lot of you guys are pretty hands off when it comes to your emotions and your heart, especially the pain that exists in your heart, right? Any sort of past pain, it's almost like it's still sitting there and it's like, nope, hands off. That's a room in a house nobody goes into. We keep it locked, you know what I mean? To make sure it doesn't get breezy or dusty, right? It's just a no-fly zone when it comes to you. And again, I'm talking about your heart. Six of Wands. Hey, I like that. Yeah, I feel like you're willing to start over, wipe the slate clean, move forward, right? How do you say, how can I say this? You've been beaten up and kind of quote unquote knocked around in life, especially when it comes to love. And I feel like for some of you guys, you are now ready to be like, you know what? I think I may want to try this again, right? That's what that kind of feels to me there. You're ready to kind of start over. With the Six of Cups and the Four of Swords, yeah, that's kind of like your inner child. Up until now, yeah, you've been pretty lax, pretty lazy about matters of the heart, not necessarily trying, not necessarily contributing. Again, it's the room in the house, the room in your house that nobody is allowed in. But I feel like, yeah, for some of you guys, you may, get the key, unlock the door, maybe turn the handle, open the door, and start to, kind of explore that area of your life. With the Nine of Cups and the Page of Pentacles, Knight of Pentacles, that's steady love, right? I feel like that's going to be important to you, Sagittarius, especially when it comes to dating and relating. Consistency is key, right? That's how we build trust. Knight of Pentacles, by the way, is taking on that characteristic of building trust, as in you need somebody who's airtight, right? This is also Virgo. So you don't need a quote unquote fly by night, not saying Virgo is. You don't need a fly by night. You don't need somebody who is unstable, wishy-washy. They don't know what they want. You need somebody who's pretty much trustworthy, loyal, consistent. They're going to come around, they're going to be there, and, they're not going to kind of quote unquote get scared off is what I'm hearing. Three of Swords with the Eight of Wands, I do kind of feel like the universe is going to offer you all kinds of information and people and songs and things. And, it's almost like the universe wanting to clear away the hurtful and negative gunk that's been sitting in your heart and around your heart. So I do kind of feel like for a lot of you guys, you may start to get epiphanies or have certain dreams or, experience. Angels are saying rom-coms like hell, romantic comedies. In other words, you may start to experience more of a warm and fuzzy feeling. Some people could call that even being in your feels, right? Being in your emotions, being in that inner child space. And I do feel like, especially with the Four of Swords there, the universe is saying, yeah, just kind of sit there for a while, right? Experience it. See how that feels, right? Kind of get used to that. With the Eight of Wands, I also kind of feel like a lot of you guys are going to be vibrating from that space. I feel like in the past, you vibrated from that space, but here with the Emperor and the Queen of Wands, this just kind of feels like a recipe for disaster to me, because it's like power and control and sex and lust and, addictions and stuff like that. So it was, yeah, this is the atypical, oh, I'm not interested in a relationship. I just want to have fun. That's what this is, right? You want to be in control of the queens for me in the tarot represent the moon placement. Moon represents your emotions. Moon represents your heart. Moon represents that inner child. So I feel like for a lot of you guys, again, you were feeding and filling yourself with, again, addictions, lust, passion, fly-by-nighters, quick in and quick out, so on and so forth. And again, it was because you were covering up your wounded heart, or you were trying to feed your heart, this information. At the end of the day, angels are saying you couldn't call that love, because she's not a lover. She's a luster, but she's not a lover. I do kind of feel like there were some heavy and strong attractions, but I do kind of feel with the Emperor too, again, you were highly egotistical or highly controlling in these situations. Angels are also saying, again, if this was not you, this could have been somebody you were dealing with. It was almost like, yeah, you were trying to control your heart and control your pain by feeding it something else and hoping that, okay, I hope it gets full. But over here, it's like, no, she's not going to fulfill my heart. I need consistency. I need honesty. I need truth. I need to be able to trust. That's the only way that's going to feed your heart. Six of Pentacles with the Page of Pentacles. Imbalance. I do kind of feel like somebody wants to quote unquote confess. Perhaps you want to confess, right? About how, things have been out of balance, out of whack. How you weren't giving, how you weren't contributing, how you were giving more sex than you were giving love. You were giving more control than you were giving conversation. You were giving more passion than you were caring about longevity, right? Page of Pentacles too, to me, is an offer. It's almost like the offer to return, where with the Four of Swords, somebody's like mentally lax or mentally kind of taking a time out or taking a break. So it's almost like maybe you want to rekindle a love affair with somebody who, especially with the swords, their swords represent thought and communication. So somebody who maybe for the past 4 weeks, 4 months, you haven't really been engaged with, you haven't been talking to, you guys might have kind of quote unquote taken a break from one another. Angels are saying the only way this thing is going to work is if that slate is wiped clean. The Fool in the tarot represents nada. He knows nothing. He's been nowhere. He's done nothing. He's met no one. He's starting out fresh and new, right? But also the good part of the Fool is that he's been nowhere. He's got hurt by nothing. He's never been ran over. He's never been stung. He's never been beaten. He's brand franking new, like, an innocent child starting out, very innocently. He still has that childlike wonder and that carefree attitude. And I feel like that's going to be a huge characteristic that you're going to need to take, especially in emotional affairs or affairs of the heart. Here's Virgo again. Thinking about how to do this. How do I get this done, Alex? Well, your vetting process better be on point, right? As in, if you're starting over, starting anew, today, he or she, them or they know nothing. Fool is zero. Fool knows nothing. So angels are saying you better take pretty good notes, right? As in, learn who you're dealing with instead of this lusty, controlling, oh, I want my, burger fried this way with 2 tomatoes, 3 pickles, and an onion, right? Like, that's the controlling nature to me of the Emperor, where you're trying to control the finer details. Well, at the end of the day, you can control that attraction. You can control sexual and sexuality. Love, not so much, right? That's like saying you're trying to control a river or you're trying to control the ocean. Can you imagine standing in front of the ocean and being like, okay, in 3 seconds, we're going to have you shift where your waves are going to go in a complete opposite direction. I feel like for a lot of you, you're like, yeah, I could do that, right? That's that control and that ego's like, oh, I could do whatever. But your emotions are like, yeah, okay. So you think. 8 of Wands on 8 of Wands, yeah. I do feel, the 8 of Wands represents news, messages, communication, coming in hot, and also momentum, picking things back up, moving things along is what I'm hearing. There you are, Sagittarius, with the Queen of Wands. So Sag and Aries, and I have Aries here. Aries is ruled by Mars. Mars is that warrior, like that Incredible Hulk, that smash first, think later, shoot first, ask questions later, that headstrong, that, that ram, that, just rams right into you. And it's like, oh, by the way, my bad. I was hungry. You know what I mean? Just is very headstrong, very, very, very stubborn. Yeah, Leo too. So I have Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. I have all fire signs on the table. 6 of Cups again. So this looks like a victorious return from, somebody who you want to start over with, right? Double 8 of Wands. Yeah, there could be an age difference between the two of you. There was immaturity here. Page of Wands represents immaturity. There was a lot of lust and attraction and a lot of power and control. Angels are saying there could have also been control. How do you say? You guys balancing control or fighting for control between the two of you. 2 of Cups. I feel like you both thought, that the other person was a suitable mate. And I feel like, again, with the 6 of Pentacles and Page of Pentacles and the 6 of Pentacles, I feel like there needs to be a conversation about power distribution, power control, kind of getting along, complementing each other instead of competing with each other, so on and so forth. Power control. Okay, I'm still looking for the term. The strength here, the strength in the the meaning in this card is not to use that egotistical, brutal strength, but that more feminine, nurturing, compassion, right, as a strength, tenderness as a strength, nurturing as a strength, right? Balancing both sides of you, not just being headstrong just because, but also being heartstrong too, okay? And Angel said, that's it. That's a wrap. Sagittarius got it. So you guys got the message. The signs I have here is double Virgo with the Hermit and the Knight of Pentacles. Aries here, Sagittarius here, Virgo here, Leo here, Aquarius here, and that is all. We have 3 sixes. I thought I saw 4. Yeah, we got 4 sixes on the table. You got the 6 of Cups here twice. So I kind of feel like you're wanting to return and you're wanting your person to return. Somebody's being lax. Somebody's not, communicating. But I do kind of feel like, they just have to slide to their other side, their more compassionate, loving side. And I feel like if that happens, that's done. You guys start talking about, again, the distribution of power and, yielding and compromising more than, being headstrong and bullish and so on and so forth. I feel like this relationship has a fighting chance. All right, Sagittarius, I'm going to go ahead and leave it there. If the reading does resonate, don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment. I love you, Sag.